once again. All right, so we are in unit 4 now. I hope you've been learning, and how is your studies going? All right, try and read more as you progress. All right, so today we are going to look at unit 4, that is investment decisions, and specifically this morning you'll be looking at the overview of capital budgeting decision. Our session objectives is to explain the character of capital budgeting decisions, your ability to justify for capital budgeting decision, and discuss the capital budgeting process, and also outline the basic techniques that is used in valuing or evaluating investment projects. Alright, so what is capital budgeting? So capital budgeting actually involves the commitment of funds into long-term projects. Alright, so the process of analyzing the firm's investment option in fixed assets and then deciding which investment opportunities you should commit your resources to and how such resource allocation should be made in order to improve the wealth of shareholders. Right, so before you invest your money or you commit funds into any project, you have to value the project to see how wealthy it's going to be or how profitable it's going to be. So if you have 3 investment options or portfolios that you have to invest in, the capital budgeting process will help you to see the risk and return that is involved in each of the portfolio, all right, before you commit funds into such portfolio, and especially if you have a limited funds or limited amount of resources. Right, so what are some of the capital budgeting decisions? So it involves the exchange of current funds for future benefit, of course, yeah. So the funds should be invested in long-term assets. As I said, capital budgeting involves the investment of funds or commitment of funds into long-term projects. Alright. So capital budgeting approval process. So this is the process that a business or a business manager or investment manager will go through when screening investment projects or making capital budgeting decisions. So first of all, investment screening and selection. So projects consistent with the corporate strategy are identified by production, marketing and research and development management of the firm. Right. So first of all, you have to screen out the projects that the business wants to embark on. So all the projects that are available or the project that the business wants to embark on has to be identified first, right, to determine how they affect the future cash flows and also they improve the value of the firm. So that is the first stage. You have to screen and select the project that the business wants to embark on. So stage 2 is capital budgeting proposal. Right, so the proposal, so you propose the amount that will be needed in each of the selected projects. Right, so stage 1, you selected or you screen out the project that you are going to embark on. So stage 2 involves the making a proposal or the amount that will be involved in each of the selected projects. Alright, so the CD amount that will be needed in those recommended projects must be known. So stage 3, that is budgeting approval and authorization. Right, so in stage 2, you did a proposal for each of the selected projects. So stage 3 involved, so they are saying that budgets included in the capital budget or projects included in the capital budget are authorized, allowing further fact gathering and analysis, and approved by allowing expenditures on the project. So in some firms, the projects are authorized and approved at the same time. Alright, so once the proposal has been made for each of the projects, the selected project will then be approved and authorized. Alright, so as they are saying, in some firms, the projects are authorized and approved at the same times. In some other firms too, they occur at a different time period. The project will first be approved and later authorization will be given for further disbursement of funds into the project. Stage 4 involves project tracking. Now the project has been approved and authorized, right? So stage 4 involves, so the work on the project has actually begun. Okay, once the project has been approved, the work on it has actually begun. So the manager reports periodically on its expenditures as well as on any revenues associated with it. So this is referred to as the project tracking, right? So as time goes on, the manager report the current stage of the project. All right, so they analyze the work in progress and how the project is ongoing. So if there will be the need for further marketing research, it will be done at this stage. We have stage 5, which happens to be the last stage. This is the post completion audit. So following a period of time, perhaps maybe 2 or 3 years after the project has been approved, projects are reviewed to see whether they should be continued. So this evaluation is what is termed as the post completion audit, right? Even though the project has been completed, right, as and time goes on, you have to review the project to see its performance and whether it should be continued in the future period. So through post completion audits, they are performed on selected projects, usually the largest project in a given year's budget for a firm or for each division. Yeah, so because of various factors may influence the performance of the project. So as time goes on, the project has to be audited even before completion to check if anything has changed. All right. So what are the steps involved in capital budgeting? These are the various steps involved in capital budgeting decision. So first of all, you have to determine the cash flows, as we said, the various cash flow that is involved in each the project that you are trying to embark on. You have to determine the cash flows, both the cash inflows and the cash outflows that will be needed. Two, you have to determine the rate of return or the cost of capital of the project. Then you evaluate the project based on the appropriate methods. Right? So that's what we actually be looking at in our subsequent sections, the various method that is involved in evaluating projects or project selection. So these are some of the procedure that will be used in screening and deciding which investment opportunities to accept or reject. So we have the regular payback period, we have the discounted payback period method, we also have the NPV. I'm sure you are familiar with the NPV method. We also have the profitability index, internal rate of return, and the modified internal rate of returns. So these are the methods that we'll be looking at in our subsequent section. All right, so this will be the end of this section. You can try your hands on this few questions here. All right, thank you, and I will see you in the next section.